I thought our guys came out and played with a lot of energy and focus in the first half. Really play like we felt like we can play as a team, and then the second half we kind of took our foot off a little bit defensively, and didn't necessarily finish the game how we wanted to. But it was a great win for our guys at home. Great way to rebound off of a loss, and still a lot of room for improvement. But again, a nice win at home and conference win, and have a bye week now to get healthy and do some self-scouting of ourselves and making sure that we correct some of the areas that we need help in, and assure up the areas that we're doing good things in.
Take questions for Coach Taggart. Please star one on your telephone keypad to join the queue. Then the operator will introduce you.
Our first question comes from Leo Haggerty with It's Sports Magazine.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Coach, how are you handling the bye week practice-wise with your team? Are you giving them some time off, or is it business as usual?
Our guys had this past weekend off. They had Saturday and Sunday off, and lift a little weight today. We're going to practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, kind of like any other game week. We try to keep them in that routine where we'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then give them Friday, Saturday off, and we get back on schedule on Sunday.
Coach, last question, and thank you for your time today.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you Friday night after the game about Quentin Flowers, and you said, quote, it's like watching a video game. Is it time for him to get some consideration for the Heisman?
Absolutely. I think he's one of the better football players in the country. He's just one of those kids that hadn't got as much attention, and not a lot of folks have paid a lot of attention to him. But if you watch the last two games where it was on national TV, I think he showed a lot of people what he's capable of doing. And again, he's one of the better football players in the country, I think.
Thank you, Coach. Enjoy the bye week.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Dan Tortora with WakeUpCallDT.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Outscoring a team like Navy, most recently where 97 points were scored in total. Just what you can say about, you just spoke about, the video game aspect, so to speak, of Quentin Flowers, but just a game like that you can go up against 45 points and find a way, just what it says about how prolific your offense is.
Well, I just, again, I guess when they're hitting on all cylinders, they're tough to stop on. We have tremendous talent on our football team, and either one of those guys that touch the ball can go the distance, and that's one thing that we pride ourselves on. But again, we feel like they're a good offense, and we can be better. I thought the first half we really showed it, and second half not as much. Part of it we took those guys out, but that we felt all year long that it would be explosive, and those guys are living up to it.
And when you speak on some of those guys, Flowers, Mack, and Ernest Johnson, just what you can say about if you've ever had a parallel of three guys like that on a team that you've been around, are they standing alone when it comes to you as a coach, or have you seen another group that maybe you can parallel to that?
Not like this, again, because there's so many different guys. So you got your quarterback, you have two of your running backs, you have two of your receivers, Adams and Valdez, and then you have two young tight ends that are pretty good too. So it's just, I've never had anything like this before, and it's great because those guys are so unselfish and really don't care who gets the credit, and they all working for each other. And I think that's the beauty when you watch our offenses, how often you see guys helping their other teammate make plays, whether it's blocking or doing something with the football. So I think it's more impressive for that than anything, is that their ability to be unselfish and play and have fun with each other.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, what can you say about your good hands team? I think Kano Dillon, if I'm not mistaken, had two of those onside recoveries. It just looks like they executed greatly.
It was great. All the work paid off in practice. We practice it every week, and we go thoroughly, and it paid off for us in this ball game. And that was, again, it was very impressive. And again, not a lot of people talk about that, but that was huge in this ball game.
And talking about the defense kind of taking its foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, is that just a human nature thing? Y'all are up by so much.
Part of it's human nature, but it can't be that way. If you want to be great and you want to make a change of the perspective of what people think of you, you got to step on people's throat and keep it that way. And having that killer instinct, I think that's what makes any good defense is being that way. And again, it was disappointing that we took our foot off, and but we got to continue to learn to do that and do better.